everybody. Last week we had Camp Sunday, and it's one of our ways of just getting kids and parents excited about sending their kids to some sort of Bible camp. And one of the things that you're going to see in this video are some differing experiences and some ways that they think is an important reason to send your kids to camp. And so kids, we want you to hear that you should get excited about going to camp. There's been some awesome opportunities and things that have been life-changing that have happened in kids' lives. And so we want to be a part of that for you. So we here at Becker Baptist Church have a scholarship for $100 to the church camp that you would like to go to. There is a form that you would fill out here, and this is not just specifically need-based. This is an opportunity of us coming alongside and sending you. This is a small little, in a sense, way of us partnering with you to be enriched and engaged for this summer Bible camp experience. So listen to these wonderful experiences in the video, and I hope that you will consider going to some sort of summer Bible camp this summer. Thanks.
I love that you just have friends with you and you're not just like by yourself, and you can just be there with God too, like worshiping and just doing fun activities about Him, and like swimming and kayaking. It's all just a fun experience.
Yeah, so I think just going out somewhere that you haven't really been, and also every single time you go to camp, whether you've been there multiple times or this is your first time, you always are getting new experiences and meeting new people and just like really connecting with God in a way you wouldn't if you're here or at school or at youth group or like in a children's church.
I am so happy to be talking about camp today to young people, to parents who want to send their kids, to parents who want to know if their kids should go to camp. All kids should go to camp, and there's so many reasons why. I started going to camp when I was 8 years old. I went to a particular camp up north, but a camp that preaches the Bible and teaches kids is what it's all about. And so I'm all for camp and the experience, the fun they have. And there's so many lasting relationships that come out of camp. It's just a wonderful experience.
Well, I was saved at this camp last year, so I was saved there, and it just made it more of a, for the rest of the week, because I was saved like just on the Wednesday in the middle of the week, and it made half the week just really more special to me. All of a sudden, so I was going with my friends here from church, and right there in the bunk, I decided, you know, something doesn't feel right. I'm like, I feel like I need God all of a sudden. So I told my counselor, and she was more calm about it. She wasn't like happy, cheery, but she was like, okay. And then she sounded kind of serious, and then she was asking me all these questions like why. And after I answered all of them, we prayed together, and it just made my life different after that.
Yeah, so becoming a camp counselor was extremely fun for me, because I think we all can agree on like hearing kids worship, like no matter how old they are, like hearing them worship and really connect things in their brain about Jesus is super cool. And like being like someone who is there to help them answer their questions, whether we know them or not, just like trying to figure them out together, and like being like, it's okay if we don't have all the answers. That's why we have to rely on Jesus. And I think being some kids at camp like either commit their faith or recommit, and I think being part of that is also super important and super life-changing, especially if you've like never experienced that or like have younger kids to go off of that.
There's a typical statement. Every Bible camp has a sign that says, a meeting place with God. And my Bible camp is where I met God also. When I was 10 years old, my counselor sat me down by the lake, and she said, Marilyn, it's time to have a talk seriously about what you want to have as far as a relationship with Jesus Christ in your life. And that day I gave my heart to Jesus Christ, and I asked Him into my heart. And I remember that night we had campfire, and we had an opportunity to give testimony, and you'd take a twig and you'd throw it into the flames and then give your testimony. This was a standard thing that we did on campfire nights. And I knew I wanted to be the first one to give my testimony that day. And being kind of an assertive little lady, I was the first one to give my testimony that day, and I was so born again that I just had to share it at the campfire.
All I can say is if you don't go to a camp, you should definitely try it because it's something you'd regret that you missed it.
So I definitely would say go and really just see how God can like move you and work, and just even if you're on the fence about thinking about it, I really just say I would pray about it and think like, okay, God, like this is something you put on my heart, like show me where I'm supposed to go.
Having fun is the first thing camps offer so they can offer Jesus. It's that easy.